Many of the cells in your body carry the effects of what they have already experienced. Sperm cells are different. The ones inside you today did not exist 3 months ago, and the ones you will make 3 months from now have not started forming yet, which means there is a window. Welcome to Cellfresco. We believe something very simple. Every cell has a healing food. Today we are following one of the most remarkable production lines in human biology, and the roughly 74-day window that comes with it. Now the story. Deep inside the testes sit sperm stem cells. They divide continuously throughout adult life, feeding a production line that never fully stops. From that first division to a finished sperm cell takes somewhere close to 74 days in most men. Around 64 days of development, then a further stretch of maturation before release. Alongside them sit Sertoli cells. Think of them as nurse cells. Every developing sperm cell depends on Sertoli cells throughout its development, fed, protected, and guided by them. Nothing reaches maturity without them. Here is why that timeline matters so much. The sperm cells assessed in a test today reflect conditions from roughly 2 to 3 months ago. Not this morning, not this week, which cuts both ways. Damage takes time to show up, and so does improvement. Problem 1. Sperm cells carry unusually fragile cargo. A sperm cell has one job above all others: deliver DNA intact. But sperm cells are more vulnerable to oxidative damage than almost any other cell type in the body. They carry very little of the internal antioxidant machinery other cells rely on, and their membranes are unusually rich in the kind of fats that oxidize easily. When oxidative stress rises, that DNA can fragment. The healing food. Walnuts. Walnuts supply antioxidants and fatty acids that appear to help protect developing sperm cells during the weeks they are being built. This is one of the better supported food connections in male reproductive research. A controlled trial in healthy young men found that adding a daily portion of mixed nuts to a regular diet was associated with measurable improvements in several sperm cell parameters over roughly 14 weeks, close to 1 full production cycle. Worth being straight about the limits. Broader reviews of antioxidant supplements for male fertility have found the overall evidence quality low and results inconsistent. Whole foods within a normal diet is a more defensible approach than high-dose supplements. Your action. A small daily handful of walnuts, most days. Problem 2. The membrane has to move. A sperm cell is built to swim and to eventually fuse with an egg cell. Both depend on how flexible its outer membrane is. That membrane is unusually rich in DHA, a long-chain omega-3 fat. Men with lower omega-3 status tend to show poorer membrane composition in their sperm cells. The healing food. Fatty fish. Fatty fish supply the DHA that sperm cell membranes are physically built from. Several trials of omega-3 supplementation report modest improvements in sperm cell motility and related measures, though effect sizes vary and not every study agrees. Treat this as supportive rather than decisive. Your action. 2 to 3 servings per week. Salmon, sardines, or mackerel. Problem 3. The nurse cells need their materials. Sertoli cells run the entire production line. They depend on adequate nutrients to do it, particularly zinc, which the testes concentrate more heavily than most tissues. Genuine zinc deficiency is associated with impaired sperm cell production. The healing food. Pumpkin seeds. A dense source of zinc, the mineral Sertoli cells draw on constantly. This one needs an honest caveat because it is widely oversold. A large trial of zinc and folic acid supplementation in men found no improvement in semen quality or in live birth rates. The reasonable interpretation is that adequacy matters, while extra beyond adequacy does not appear to help. Food level intake is the sensible target. Megadosing is not. Your action. A small handful of pumpkin seeds, several times through the week. The protocol. 3 foods, 3 signals, 1 production line better supported. Walnuts. Support sperm cells against the oxidative damage their fragile DNA is exposed to. Fatty fish. Supply the fats sperm cell membranes are physically built from. Pumpkin seeds. Give Sertoli cells the materials they draw on to run the whole process. What to eliminate? Smoking. one of the most consistent findings in this entire field. Smoking is repeatedly associated with lower sperm cell counts, reduced motility, and increased DNA fragmentation in sperm cells. Heavy alcohol intake. Regular heavy drinking is associated with poorer semen parameters, and alcohol affects the same hormonal signaling that Sertoli cells and sperm stem cells depend on. Diets built on ultra-processed foods. These diets tend to be low in exactly the nutrients Sertoli cells and developing sperm cells draw on. Population studies consistently associate this pattern with poorer sperm cell quality, while diets richer in vegetables, fish, nuts, and whole grains track the other way. This is about the overall pattern, not any single ingredient. Cellfresco bonus. One extra cellular signal. Today the bonus is sleep. Short and disrupted sleep is associated with lower sperm cell counts in observational research, and sleep shapes the hormonal rhythm that sperm stem cells and Sertoli cells operate inside. 7 to 9 hours is a reasonable target for most adults, though individual needs vary. Not glamorous, but it runs alongside every single day of that 74-day window. The closing. Most cells in your body are living with their history. Sperm cells are being written now. The ones assessed today were shaped by conditions 2 to 3 months ago, by what was eaten, how well sleep held, what was avoided. Which means the next batch has not been decided yet. 74 days is not a promise of a particular outcome. Fertility is complex, and persistent difficulty conceiving deserves proper medical assessment rather than another dietary change. But it is a real window, and it opens again continuously. Food is a language. Every meal is a message. Every cell is listening. Every bite is a conversation with your cells. Every habit sends another cellular signal. Every day is another opportunity to change the conversation. Every cell has a healing food. If this episode changed how you think about that window, subscribe to Cellfresco. Next time on Cellfresco, sperm cells are only half of this story. The other half does not renew at all. Egg cells were formed before birth, and they have been waiting ever since. Keep healing. Keep thriving.